want to leave you with some core concepts that really helped me coming out of college. And then we'll kind of go into some Q&A if you guys want to ask some questions. So one of the first things I would always recommend is, number one, know who you are. It's vitally important to know who you are. And the reason why it's important is because, kind of like what I was saying earlier, if you know your purpose, if you know why you exist beyond the dollar, you will be able to find companies that you really fit well with. You'll be able to find a culture that suits your strengths. You will find a company that will value you for your contribution. Because at the end of the day, it's all about being happy and fulfilled, right? You want to make sure you're in a job that you feel like where you belong. And so to know yourself first will help you understand the job that you should be looking for, or the company you should be looking for. Build on your strengths and use your resources. Man, this is like, I think, the epitome of a lot of the stuff. As you can see from my journey, I started off with whatever I had. But every job that came after that, I built upon that. So for example, I started off as a freehand designer when I was a kid. I just was able to draw. I learned how to do all my illustrations in vector, in like digital, like using digital programs. I learned how to use Photoshop and the whole entire Creative Suite. I learned how to do video editing, and I learned how to do motion graphics. Then I learned how to do marketing strategies. Then from there, I learned how to do digital marketing. How many of you guys know about inbound marketing? Okay, good. I learned how to do that. So every single job that I had, I built upon those things. Because now look what happens. For me, it's not even about, when I go to a job anymore, it's not even about the skill set that I have. It's really, what value can I give you guys? And what value can you give me in return? It's reciprocal now. Because now that when I look for companies, I don't look for the companies that's going to pay me the highest. I look for the companies that will pay me a good, reasonable amount that will make my, my whole entire family sustainable, but at the same time where I will be a perfect fit. Because at the end of the day, it's about being fulfilled. Think beyond the box. I love to tell college kids, like, yeah, I like to tell college kids that, how to kind of think beyond, what's out there. What I do, even though I'm in my job, I like to go on Craigslist and Indeed, and I look at job listings for marketing, and I look at what they're asking for, what requirements they're asking for from candidates, and I compare them to the skill set that I have. Do I know how to do this? If I don't know how to do this, then I go and equip myself so that I understand how to do this. And the reason why I do that is because if I'm going to be trying to get a job, I want to make sure that I'm prepared, that I'm the right candidate for them when I get my first chance to talk with them. So for me, just something simple as looking online to see what companies are looking for will help you understand if you're prepared or not. So that would be one way of thinking outside the box. Never stop learning. I mean, as you can tell from my whole entire story, everything is a learning process. All the companies and organizations I created, I don't want to say all of them have been successful, so a lot of them have failed. I failed so many times, but it's because I take risks. I try. If it doesn't work, I either take what I've learned from there and I bring it to somewhere else, or if I'm doing design work, for example, I'll take those designs and I'll give it to someone else. So I take everything that I learn. Everything's a learning lesson for me. And that's one of the ways I think you guys should look at it too, is never stop growing. Because especially in the marketing communications field, things are moving so fast, so fast. Right now, Periscope is huge. What is the other one that's out there? Blab is huge. How many of you guys know about that? Live streaming on Facebook is huge, okay? The movement right now is going to be live streaming, wearables. Imagine having a watch and you can watch someone streaming something live. Right now I could be streaming this live, you guys would never know that we're on here live. Like, say hello, no, I'm just kidding. But you see what I'm saying? Technology is moving so fast, and if you're not prepared, and if you don't know how to utilize the tools, then you'll get caught up from behind. You're gonna be behind everyone else. The other thing is, you're not entitled to anything. And this is one, I think all of us go through this, even myself. Like when I was 19, it's like you get a job and you think because you got that job that you're entitled to everything that company can give you for that job. Or if you start a business, you think just because you start a business, you're gonna win. It doesn't happen that way. So one thing I want you guys to get that in your mind is don't feel like you're entitled to anything that you guys do or decide, because it's hard work and it's really tough out there. Mm-hmm. But that toughness will help you become successful. this is like the number one thing for me, patience, okay? The reason why patience is important is, for example, right now when you get out of college, the one thing is getting the job is the next step. And sometimes you just have to pull back and just look at the bigger picture and just kind of wait for things to kind of fall into place. That doesn't mean stop what you're doing. You have to create the opportunities as they come. But at the same time, when the opportunities do come, then you have to embrace them as well. But patience is huge because we're so inundated with short-term results. Businesses, for example, that's why a lot of businesses go average, is because they're so pressured by all these short-term results. I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to do this. It's like, I need to have it my way now. Like the whole Burger King thing, my way right now. It's like, no. Take a step back. I worked with a company, from the beginning, we built out their brand. We built it from the core, the essence of what the company is supposed to look like. And all of a sudden, we started getting bombarded with all these short-term pressures. We're running out of funding. We need money. We need to market. We need to get this thing done. We need to do all these things. You know what happened to that company? It's been 2 years since the company has been started, and they still haven't launched. Because they're worrying about trying to perfect everything to the core. In addition to that, they went away from their passion. Now they're focused on money. They're focused on how do we make money now. And because they do that, they've already lost their purpose. And now they're average and they haven't started. And so sometimes you just need patience, okay? Purpose will find you. And this is like a big one too, because most of the time for example, in the beginning when I said, know who you are, a lot of times you're gonna try to figure out, who am I? What is my purpose? The easiest question you can ask yourself, what is important to me? And what am I passionate about? And sometimes, if you don't know what that is, that purpose will find you. So for example, like in the beginning of the story, I wanted to do advertising. That was my goal. But now I'm doing branding. And branding, to me, encompasses everything that I've learned from the beginning. Because it's way before advertising and marketing. It's way before trademarks and logos. It's way before image. It's about here. It's about heart. And that's what became my purpose.